Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated. It's Mary Jane, and we're going to be talking about Hustle and Brooklyn. It's a new TV show that's actually on BET. The cast members are actually in the slideshow. You'll see their name and what they do for a living too as well. And so let's just start off. We're going to talk about episode 1, 2, and 3. It seems like episode 4 is going to be fire. It started off kind of slow, but it is kind of interesting because they're introducing us to young talent that's, trying to make it in Brooklyn and trying to succeed as well. AZR, she's very nice, she's attractive, she's a pretty young girl. I believe she's Haitian, and she raps, she can do reggae music, and she sings too as well. She wears a lot of blonde hair. She wears like the blonde wigs with the glue, and she also dyed her regular hair blonde too as well. It looks like she might not be having her edges for long. Hopefully that doesn't happen. And then we have Eva. She's actually Jamaican. She's a entertainer. She's a comedian. She grew up poor. She grew up hard. She had hard living and things like that. Her mother struggled to raise them. There was gunshots, in the house, and stuff like that. The mother always wanted the house clean, so she grew up with a lot of challenges too as well. And she didn't have her father, with her at all either. A lot of these guys didn't have their father. Jesse, he's actually like entertainment, business, he's trying to become a mogul, scouting talent too as well. He grew up without his father. He struggled. He lived a hard knock life, but now he's making it and he's actually succeeding too as well. And then we have who else? Alicia, she's actually, she scouts talent, kind of like trying to produce and try to basically be an A&R of a company and actually own her own company too. She wants to be a big superstar, basically managing talent. She's nice, she's friendly, and she's very determined. She'll go behind your back too. She'll skip past you if she needs you. And that's what she did to, Ivy. Ivy actually works for Entertainment. She works for some entertainment companies actually in the slideshow, and I think she works in the A&R department, the talent department too as well. She works along with the boss of the company. His name is Alan, and actually, Alicia, she had a client. His name is Baggy Large. I think the name sucks. He's an attractive guy, but his name Baggy Large. He's actually a rapper. He's been battle rapping for a long time. He's been battle rapping since he was 24 years old, and he actually hooked up with Alicia, and Alicia was trying to get him to hook up with Ivy and bring him to her studios and meet, for him to get signed, for him to actually have a contract. And Ivy was like, I don't know, he needs a little bit work. She was kind of like not feeling him. She was kind of feeling like, he ain't what it is. He needs more promotion. He has 80,000 followers on Instagram, but she thinks it's just for his body and his looks. So Alicia was like, I want to manage him. I want to help him. I think he's Haitian or Jamaican. His mother's there to support him and help him too as well. And so Alicia, she went behind Ivy's back. Her and Ivy's supposed to be working together, but their relationship hasn't been solidified yet too as well. So Alicia, she went behind Ivy's back and went to the owner of the company, Alan, and actually booked a meeting with him. And then she was going to book a second meeting with him to actually show Alan his talent. Alan actually was like, I like that hardcore rap. I like that Tupac rap. You don't never know when another Tupac might walk through your door. Alicia actually introduced, Baggy Long to Alan at a club event, at a party or whatever. And she was trying to, like, she felt like, Ivy wasn't feeling, Baggy Large. So she was like, you know what? And she didn't want to wait on Ivy to decide whether she wants to work with him or look at his portfolio or anything like that. So she skipped past, Ivy and went to her boss basically. And that situation went left, and it seems like Baggy Long didn't appreciate that at all. He didn't appreciate it because when Alicia and actually Ivy got into it basically because Baggy Long was actually telling Ivy, well, I thought you was a glorified receptionist. You was just like a stool pigeon, and then Alan was the king of the company. So he tells Alicia that, and also he tells Eva that too as well. And it's just like, damn, why you do that? Like, this girl Alicia is trying to help you. She's trying to get you. She got you to meeting with the head of a record label where he can actually sign you on a dot. But basically, the girls that's bringing you into the door to a record label, you actually gonna tell other people what she said about them and shit on her. So you're not loyal. And it's like, you don't have common sense that, damn, this girl's looking out for you. And and then if this other girl, which is Ivy, she don't know nothing about you. You haven't even been introduced to her, but you meet the boss. Why you gotta say anything? You should just keep your mouth closed and be like, yes, I'm thinking about working with Alicia. I'm not sure yet, but basically he threw Alicia under the bus. Alicia walks up, she intervenes in the conversation, and that's when Ivy tells her, hey, listen, Baggy Long told me that you said I was a glorified receptionist and this and that, and you went over my head and all this other stuff. So basically that kind of like get their friendship like on the railings. It, kind of like falls off the racks, fall off the tracks and shit like that. And so this is when Alicia was like, oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about, he's being shady. And this is when Baggy Long, I freaking hate that name. Baggy Long was like, what are you, what I was shady about, what did I do that was wrong? She was like, you're dismissed. Basically, she was trying to cover his back and keep the situation going. So basically they have Ivy and Alicia have their conversation, and basically Ivy was like, so this is how you talk about me, this is how you treat me, this is what you say about me, this is shady, and Alicia was like, I don't really know where we stand. We're supposed to be doing this and this and this together. We're supposed to be starting our own record label. We were supposed to be business partners. We're supposed to do this and that, but nothing has been solidified or set down on the table where we sign papers and we're actually working. And you don't believe what he says. Basically, she was trying to clean up the situation and still hoping that she can possibly get Baggy Long, and the room, you know what I mean, get signed or whatever. But then this is when, Ivy drops the ball and was like, hey, listen, we decide to pass Baggy Long, Baggy Large. We decide to pass on Baggy Large, we're going to move on without him. That's just going to be the business because Ivy was actually upset when she actually seen Baggy Large, and actually, Alicia actually walking into the office, the record label office, and actually had a meeting with Alan, and she didn't like that because she felt like Alicia went over her and stepped over her. So anyways, when she had the second meeting with Alan, she lets Alan know that Baggy Large is not good. He's not developed. He's just, he doesn't have a big following. He doesn't have a portfolio. He doesn't have any songs. The only song I heard of his was just on, like a laptop. So he's not refined yet. He's not somebody that we can introduce. He needs to have more. He hasn't done the lead work. So basically she hated on Baggy Large, a fucking name, Baggy Large, and she hated on Alicia because she felt like they went over her. I would think that she'll be like, damn, like if I'm not working, and she moves fast, like she's determined, but she felt a certain type of way. Some people will some people will feel like Ivy and feel like, Alicia, actually stepped over them, and, basically was shady and thinking that you got to go through them. But I would be like, damn, you determined. If I don't work, you keep it moving. You'll probably move to this record label, this company, somebody that's actually have ambition and strive, but, they're friends. So therefore, Ivy feels like it was a shady move. It was a shady situation. So she's a no-go with, Baggy Large. So right now, he's going to still be trying to work and find himself basically a record deal or whatever. But right now, Santos is thinking about working with Baggy Large because now he knows that the deal with the record label that Ivy works for is actually passing on him, and he feels a certain type of way. But actually Baggy Large is actually feeling Eva, and Eva is Jamaican, and she's actually a comedian, and she's actually funny too as well. She seems like a nice girl, but she's in the drama too as well. And her and Baggy Large are kind of getting to know each other, kind of feeling each other, kind of liking each other. So we'll see how that relationship develops. And he was hurt when he found out that there's no reason for him to even go up to the record label and talk to Ivy anymore because they're passing. Ivy says she'll keep an eye out on him. Alicia and Baggy Large are not going to be doing business anymore because he feels like she's shading Fugazi. If you could have just kept your mouth closed, Baggy Large, you might have had something working out because Alicia, but you know what? Nothing still would have worked out because Ivy had already, said negative things about you to her boss, so you wasn't going to get in the door at the table. Maybe Alicia could have pushed the situation and actually called Alan again, because Alan was interested and listening to what Baggy Large had to, what kind of music he had. He was kind of impressed with him. He liked the dude. He met him once. He was going to meet him again. It should, I believe, Ivy should have let, Baggy Large actually go up there, and if he fell, he fell. What if he would have prosper? What if Alan would be like, yeah, I like him, I want to work with him? She stopped that whole bag, she stopped that whole deal. So that's what you call stopping bags. That's a real stop the bag, because Alan liked his personality and Alan was going to give him a shot. When an owner of a record label wants to give you a shot and set up another meeting to see your talent, to see what you have, and then Ivy comes in and she shuts it down because she feel like you backstabbed her, you went over her head because she feels like she's in charge, she's the gatekeeper and shit. That's just like shady right there with that shit. And so then moving on from that, we have Ivy's also, she's also grew up hard too as well. She didn't have a father too as well. And she had the hard knock life living with a single mother. She has a sibling that has cerebral palsy or whatever. And then, she's meeting up with Jesse. Jesse didn't grow up with a father too as well. And he has some issues, but he's in the entertainment business. He's in promoting. He's in management. He's in, marketing and all that other stuff for people that are looking to grow themselves in the Hollywood or the entertainment business. And him and Ivy are actually hooking up. They actually kiss. They take a horse and buggy ride, and they tell each other their life story, and they're riding through the park or whatever. They kiss it, and then they make it official that they're not going to be messing with nobody else, so they getting it together. So now she done got her a man and a career at the same damn time. You doing it, Ivy. And also Jesse's doing it too. He got him a career woman that's working for a record label too as well, and got their shit together. They ain't got no kids, they're really just living life. So they coupled up. We got Baggy Long coupled up with Ivy. Then we also have Alicia. She meets this guy that's out of jail. He's been in prison for about 10 years. He gets out. He meets up with Alicia and he at the club, and he says to her, you're a pretty bitch. You're a good looking bitch. I was like, damn, why he say it like that? It almost seemed like that was like prison talk. That's how he talks to Trade. That go to prison guy right there. I don't know his name, but he seemed like a cool guy. He said prison was good for him. He learned a lot in prison. He wrote 5 books. He's flossing the chains. He's flossing, the super Ubers, the super lifts. He's flossing in the Lincoln. He got the drivers. He's paying for shrimps. He's paying for drinks. He's telling Alicia that she can't pay for anything. So we know why he was locked up. He was out here slanging that And I don't know why he was locked up, because they haven't said that yet on the show. But right now, he's feeling Alicia. Alicia's feeling him. He was like, I like your pretty brown skin. I like your eyes. I like your lips. You got a little booty going on. Like, he's very aggressive too as well. He apologized for being aggressive and saying the word bitch. His name is actually Black Rose. He actually sent Alicia black roses and shit like that. But he just got out. He's a reformed criminal, I believe. He's on the right path, it seems like it. Sometimes like you make judgments about people that been in prison, but sometimes prison saves some people's lives. Sometimes people out of prison, they need love and they need support from their community too as well, so they don't go back. And he feels like Alicia's somebody that they can rule the world together and all this other stuff. Like, I would have to do I wouldn't say that would be my ideal man, a man fresh out of prison, but you don't know what is and beholds to you. You just need to be safe. You just need to watch your back. You need to watch yourself. You need to go find out, make sure he wasn't in there doing prison trade, because sometimes some males think that when they're locked up in prison and they have sex with other males, prison trade, that they think that, that doesn't count because I was on the inside. When I get on the outside, they strictly mess with women. So you want to make sure you can find out any information you can about him. Make sure he wasn't, he don't play both sides, like especially in prison. and all that other good stuff. You want to get you want to find out everything. You want to find out his cholesterol, his blood pressure. You want to find out the whole shebang bang because you never know what people do in prison. Not everybody that gets locked up actually do prison trade or have sex with other men, but a lot of them do, and you don't want to be a casualty on the other end and not knowing. But you don't also want to prejudge too as well, because they're already judged by society, and it's hard for them to get jobs too as well, and people do look down on people that been in prison. So moving on from that situation, she got her man. She set up Santos. He don't have a girlfriend yet, but it looks like he like Asia. He wants to be with her. He's trying to help her. He's trying to promote her. He's trying to come up with songs and music to actually solidify her career, and he's actually having Darnell actually help him, do that. But right now they haven't came up with any music or any beats that Asia likes at all. So we'll see how that situation works out. But Asia, she's doing her thing. She's doing, promotion. She's showing up. She's dancing. She's doing shows. She's also designing clothes too as well. She has a father that's there supporting her. Her father actually met up with, Santos and Darnell in the meeting that they had. He was actually there at the studio to support his daughter, to be there, to let them know that she got a strong man behind her, so don't F her over. And so that's a good situation too as well. So I do like all that. And who else am I forget? I think I talked about most of the people. And also Darnell, he has a wife, a fiance. He has a small child, but he's also messing with Danielle. He's also messing with Danny. Danny is an Instagram star. She has 100,000 followers on Instagram, and she's kind of a little bit of lost. She drinks a little bit too much. She lost her mother, and basically she's struggling. She's having a hard life, and she's realizing that she doesn't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out. She's also realizing that she doesn't have much. She doesn't have anything really, and she really wanted to help her mother, bring her mother over from Haiti to, have her mother have a good life, but her mother ended up passing away, and her mother passed away by herself, and altogether the mother had 7 kids, and she's feeling a certain type of way, and right now she's drinking a lot right now to numb her pain of all the things that she have been through, because she's been through trials and tribulations too as well. She had a hard knock life too, trying to survive out there in Brooklyn, Flatbush, and then Haiti too as well, and then losing her mom, and now she's in a relationship that she's been in with for 4 years with Darnell, and Darnell's supposed to be promoting her, helping her, and getting her career jumping and getting it popping, because she does have 100,000 followers, and basically trying to get her out there. She does skits as well too, little comedy skits, little drama skits on Instagram that we see all the time, and she's messing with Darnell, and Darnell's married and got a baby. Darnell is engaged and got a baby on the way. He did not let Danny or Danielle know what was going on. She found out through the grapevine. She found out through her one of her besties, which is Asia. When she met up with Santos and Darnell, and her father was present there too. He told her father that he's engaged and he has a baby on the way. And so Asia, she went over there and she told, Danny that, did you know this dude was engaged? So now, Danny, she's upset, she's mad, she's hurt, she's trying to confront, Darnell at his, party. I guess he's having a listening party. He's having some type of party. I guess them open up the studio. He's giving shots out to his fiance and telling how good she is, how she supported him, how she had his back and got his baby, and he's in love with her, and all this other good stuff. And then, here comes Danny. Danny's on her way, but Asia lets Santos know that Danny's on her way to confront, Darnell, because she didn't even know that he was engaged. And so she confronts him, and he was like, yeah. First he tried to deny and say it wasn't true, that he wasn't doing nothing. First he tried to say that's not true, I'm not engaged, whatever. He was like, why do you care? You never told me that you cared about me. You never showed me that you cared about me. You never showed me anything. You never said anything to me. She was like, you never said anything to me either. So they're arguing, and she actually leaves the event and she's gone. And that's not the first altercation they have. They have another altercation at the last, cans for food, cocktails for cans, to have an altercation there too as well, because Santos confronts Danny, and says that, you need to leave Daryl alone. You know what I mean? Like, he has a wife, he has a fiance, he's engaged, and also I am, Darnell's godfather to his child. You basically, Santos stepped in, was basically trying to tell her she needs to bounce, she needs to move, and he's overstepping his bounds because nobody asked him. That's not his place to do that. That's something that, Darnell needs to do. Darnell needs to tell, Danny that he don't want nothing to do with her, he don't want to be with her, but that's not the case because he has not decided to let her go. Basically, Darnell and, Danny actually, they got some type of crazy shit going on where they feeling each other. Darnell's playing his wife. His wife knows about Asia. He knows that he's been cheating on her and he's been seeing somebody that he works with or whatever. Now the wife is out of the picture, and now, Danny is like, well, since we're gonna be friends and nothing else is gonna happen. And he was like, you want me to be your manager? At first she says no. At first she just wants to part ways and move forward. Darnell's telling her that, he's about to get engaged and this and that. He didn't know they had that type of relationship. And Danny was like, yo, you didn't tell me that you was with a girl for 12 years. You just told me you was having sex with randoms and you was messing around with some girl and you got her pregnant. You didn't tell me like you had this serious stuff. Darnell also admits that he played Danny. He played with her mind. He played with her head. He made her believe things. He just played with her in and out, and he likes what he gets from her. He likes her mouth game. He likes the punani. He likes all this other stuff, but he's going to keep both of them. He's going to keep his wife, and he's going to keep his fiance, and he's gonna keep Danny, and that's what it is. It's up to Danny to actually walk away from the situation. But since she's so heartbroken, and since she's so hurt, and she don't have no self-esteem, and she's insecure, and she doesn't have her family around, she lost her mother, and things are not going the way she's going, and she was talking about her living situation. So I'm thinking that maybe she might be couch surfing or something like that, and she's believing that Darnell was gonna actually be there and help her, and he believes in her, and Darnell keeps playing that bullshit that he believes in her and he's gonna help her, he's gonna do this for her, and basically, he said it's over and blah blah blah. But we see episode 4, it ain't gonna be over, and so they decide to still work with each other. So we get it. They're going to still work with each other. Supposed to be business. When she still loves him, and he still, I think he loves her. I think that Darnell's in love with both people. I think he loves the side that he has with Danny, that he can be in the street. He can be at these events. He can be at these parties. He can be with Danny. She can dance, she can sing, she can play around, she can fit in, she's gorgeous too as well. She got the body. And then when he go home, he got the classy fiance, the mother of his child, the woman he's going to get married to, the woman he brings to his family dinners, family get-togethers and executive meetings and things like that. So he's cool with the whole situation because he got his cake and eat it too. Only thing is, the wife knows about that he's messing, the fiance knows that he's messing around, and it's with Danny is with somebody that he works with and he's promoting, and she knows about it, and he's telling his wife that don't worry about it, from here on I'm gonna do right, I'm gonna do this and do that, I'm just letting you know because I don't want you to hear from the street. Basically, she's like, what are you letting me know? And she walks away, and she didn't get the whole story for him, like, yo, what's going on? She's not questioning him. She's not like, I never seen any Haitian women let men get away with this type of bullshit, especially in Brooklyn. So maybe it's just these ones, or maybe we're gonna see the turn up later on. But I'm just like, what's up, wife? Fiance, you gonna let him tell you that? Like no, who are you messing with? What is going on? Oh, it's that same situation before. She showed up, Danny showed up to the party, to the event, and she caused the big scene. I had to tell her to leave. I didn't want to mess with her no more, whatever. But you kicked your wife out. You told your wife to bounce and go, whatever. And she didn't even ask you why, but it's a good thing that your wife left, because you didn't want them both to be turning up and fighting each other. You don't want your wife to be fighting, and you don't want your girlfriend to be fighting. So all the other guys on the show is trying to convince Darnell to let go of Danny, but he's not feeling it because he loves her. He's in love with two people. And do I believe you can be in love with two people? Yes, I believe you can be in love with two people. You can love two people for two different things. And nothing, So, yes, he's in love with two people, but it's up to you if you want to be in some shit like that right now. Danny don't need that shit. She needs somebody that's going to be serious and focus on her career. And she don't need to be with somebody that's playing head games, which Darnell admits to. And his wife don't need to have a cheating man out here having sex, probably having unprotected sex too as well, while she's at home taking care of the baby, taking care of the house and working too as well, while he's out here running the streets having a good damn time. So we got that whole crazy situation. And then actually at the end, Santos gives Darnell a ultimatum, tell him that he needs to stop messing with Danny or Danielle, because she is too messy and she has too many issues, because everywhere she shows up she's drunk. And she was drunk, and she was supposed to be hosting an event for Asia, when she was performing, and she was intoxicated. She couldn't do her job. And then when she came to the charity event, she was drinking. Then when she went to the after party of the charity event, she was drunk, and she would end up arguing with Santos. But Santos initiated that argument. So Santos, the next day, he goes to meet up with, Darnell, to let Darnell know, like, yo, you either choose me or you choose that girl, but we can't do this business no more, because she's messy, and we're trying to build a brand, and we want to be known for something. We want to lead, we want to be black excellence, and she's messy and she's ghetto. She's not messy, she's not ghetto, she's just going through some shit. She's going through some things. She done lost a goddamn mother. She's out here in these streets in New York trying to make it. She got this man that's playing games with her, and she find out that he's been with a woman for 12 years, and what kind of shot does she has, and she has low self-esteem too as well. If Darnell wasn't doing what he was doing, it would be a better situation. I think they should have placed her with somebody else to work with, to manage her. That would be the right thing to do. Because right now she's lost, she's searching, she's looking, she needs therapy. Like, she's going through a lot, and there's probably a lot more that we don't know about her situation, but we'll get there. And so I'm just like, damn. It's like crazy how Darnell is just playing these games. We got Santos trying to finesse and trying to get with Asia. And she was like, I don't like this messy shit. I don't like the shit that's going on with Darnell. I don't like him playing my girl. He's been with his fiance for 12 years and this and that. Like, this is all messy. I don't do this messy stuff. I don't do none of that. And actually that's making Santos, step up and say, I don't want this messy shit either. Like, this is not good for business. Like, she's embarrassment. She's embarrassing. All she just needs to do is not to drink while she's around them and stay focused. And Darnell needs to stop playing with her head and everything like that. So we have that situation go on, but we see that, Alicia and Ivy are going to have a situation. They're going to have some problems. They ain't going to be getting along well enough too as well. And it looks like that, Danny is going to have some problems with Ivy, and Jesse's actually with Ivy, but Jesse's actually cool with Danielle and Danny, and telling her like, yo, it's a bad look you all here drinking. It's a bad look that you have, that you're working with Darnell, because he's your manager. Do you know what he's done for any other artist? What is his percentage rate? How many people has he worked with that he blew up? How much time did it take? What does he do? Like, you're losing out here. So basically Jesse has been a friend and trying to tell her that, like, this dude is messy. It's a bad situation. He's playing you. He's using you. He like what you got between your legs. He like your mouth game. He like everything about you. But basically he's actually keeping you where you at, where you're not growing, and where that you are constantly, doing what you're doing. And she's constantly, medicating herself with alcohol due to the situation with Darnell, due with the situation with her mother. But she knew that he was out here messing around and messing with other females and messing with randoms. So why would you fall for a dude like that? Why would you invest so much in him? And that's what she did. She messed up because, she's young, she's immature, and she probably thought that she can change him. And she probably thought the sweet no-nos, the sweet yeses, and all the dreams that he sold her was going to help her through, or it was actually going to be true, and he actually cared for her. So it is what it is. We got Shotty. Shotty was actually in the studio working with Ivy. Shotty's a handsome guy, but he's just too ignorant. So we have all that situation going on. I was like, damn. So it seems like it's really going to get good the next episode. I'm going to try to keep up with the show and watch it, because they are trying to make it. They are really out here hustling in Brooklyn. So, and it also seems like Darnell and Santos, they start off being cool and they start this business together, this entertainment company. And it actually seems like they're going to be separating. And actually Santos is going to grab Asia and work with her instead of her working with, Darnell. And because she asks him like, what about the beats that Darnell's supposed to make? And actually Asia tells Darnell his beats were whack. Like, she didn't like his beats. His father wouldn't like his beats, or whatever. So I was just like, hey, what's going on with this situation? So far, the show seems like it's going to be a good show. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. And until next week, next Tuesday, actually comes on Tuesday, the same day that Black Lightning comes on, and the same day that, the challenge comes on too as well. The challenge final reckoning. So please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It would be greatly appreciated. And then next episode, I'll be all caught up. I just wanted to get that out there. And I think that's pretty much it. And then we have two other guys that are on the show. Mako and his boyfriend, they're on the show too as well. They really haven't done nothing yet. We have a DJ guy. He's on the show too as well, but they're all in a slideshow. They really haven't interacted with the cast that much, other than throw Mako's a birthday party. So I believe next episode, we'll talk more about the other guys. So peace. I'm out. One love.